Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Emlyn in the Mix. Going to be showing you the drum machine from Nektar Instruments. It's called the Aura. It's this guy here. I've had it for like the last 2 weeks and I've been absolutely loving it. Let's check this drum machine out. You're on Emlyn in the Mix. Boo. Alright, so straight up, first off impressions is the build quality is really nice. Super high quality aluminium finish here on the top. All the buttons feel really good, like really good to press, and you get a really good response. And these drum pads, now this is what I really wanted to talk about here today. The drum pads, and I have to say, I'm a machine user, but the drum pads on this thing are actually out of this world. Like, they are phenomenal. And they're called, they gave them some trademarky name like hyper sensitive drum pads or something. I can't remember what it was, but these seriously trump, and I can't believe I'm saying this, they trump the machine drum pads. I've actually got a machine studio here by comparison, so and I've been using that for years. But the drum pads, they just feel like I can really press it quite lightly. I can press it really hard and get a response, you know. So I can really, and I'm not really like a finger drum type of dude, but I can really, just with some very subtle sort of soft pressure, I can get some really nice response there from that. So in Logic, I've got the drum machine designer up here, so I can load a bunch of kits. It's pretty cool. It shows on the actual screen here. I got the crate digger. So if I just go along, we can have a look. I'll pull up an Atlanta kit here. It corresponds on here. We can see the one shots here. This is in the new Logic Pro X 10.5. And everything works as you would suspect it should work. So you got some features like the repeater. So just hold that down, and it's much like Machine's repeater as well. And obviously you can change the length of that as well. So yeah, the feedback is really nice with the door, and we can see what's going on the screen here, and it works really well in other doors as well. I've used it in Reason, I've used it in Ableton. It all appears to be working pretty damn good. Now, one thing it has which machine users are unfortunately lacking at this stage is the step sequencer. Now, the step sequencer is a bit like an old school TR-808 Roland style drum machine. It's pretty much a rip-off of that actually. So if we go to the sequencer here, we've got all my different samples, obviously my kick drum, my snares and so forth. And we go through here, and literally I just press run stop up here, and it's going to go through a little beat that's been created using, or a little rhythm here that's been created using the Nektar inbuilt drum computer. All in all, it's a really cool little drum machine. You should definitely check it out. It even works really well with Reason. I've got the Kong kit up here. It sounds phenomenal. If you're a Reason user, this thing integrates really well. We can see the kit display information here. And then I can go through my Kong kits here. We can just add, I don't know, here we go. Let's just add a different kit. Wow, so loud compared to Logic. Just super intuitive. It feels really good. Look, I'm going to give you my overall honest opinion on this thing. As a MIDI controller drum machine, this thing, it's awesome. It's really awesome. Feels really good, really high quality. As an integrated software thing, it works pretty well. I can see the display on the screen up here. However, I have to admit that the software integration, now there is a lot you can do with this, don't get me wrong, you can integrate third-party plugins, VST, there's all of that. I've had this for a couple of weeks, and I have to be honest, it's not the most intuitive thing to hook up. It's actually, for me personally, and I've been doing computer music for ages, and maybe I should be ashamed of myself, but I've really struggled with just getting this thing to really work and talk to my third-party plugins. But it can be done, and if you have the time and patience, which unfortunately I don't really have at the moment with everything that's going on, I'm sure this will be an amazing drum machine experience. For me personally, the machine environment trumps this. It's just so much more intuitive, even though I'm very critical of machine software, actually. I've always wanted them to improve their sequencer. But if I compare it to this, the Machine Studio is more of an all-in-one studio environment. It's much easier to get a beat and a sound that I want. Exporting's easier. All that stuff's much easier. The Nektar software that comes with this thing, it looks like this, and it's just not intuitive. It's more, you have to be some kind of hardcore computer programmer to know what's going on. Not really, but you do need to know a little bit about what you're doing. I've scanned my VST plugins here. I mean, they all work. You can add plugins here, but it's really complicated. I'm going to be absolutely honest. The environment is not intuitive and it's quite complicated, but the actual hardware itself, amazing. If this hardware was to work in the machine software, I would be blown away and I would be taken to the next level, and I would love and I would keep this because the hardware is phenomenal. The hardware is, I cannot describe it. It's freaking, like, feel those drum pads. I know you can't feel them through to YouTube right there. They just feel really nice, really tactile. Just, it's an awesome drum machine. Don't get me wrong, hardware amazing. The software, I don't know, that's like too complicated for me, and I know that sounds bad, but it just is. I need something that's ready to go, easy, up, and we're away, basically. Alright guys, that's it for me on Emlyn Mix. I hope I covered everything. I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it's a bit of a short one. If you have any questions about the hardware, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Emlyn in the Mix podcast. I usually get a podcast out weekly, just talking about audio nerdy stuff. It's pretty fun. And until next time, make sure to subscribe to the channel. You know what to do. Peace out. Boom.